All right, Adam, I'm going to throw NYC to you because I've got a
Why?
special bone to pick with my
Oh
good
boy.
buddies at RBNY.
So, and I'm gonna be super unprofessional and bring my phone out because I called in these picks to our good friend Jonathan Casman.
Wait.
He gave me a bunch
Oh,
of options.
oh yeah.
So the two I picked when I was making my list were Josh Saunders for obvious reasons because he is the human traffic cone, and the other one was Andrea Pirlo, which, as an Italian, hurts me to say. But the ones that Jonathan told me to say were the argument could be made for mixed Discarude, Jesus Medina doesn't think is worth a DP, Kyrie Shelton, Rodney Wallace. I mean, the list just goes on, especially from those early years. But as much as it hurts me to say, I'm gonna have to pick Andrea Pirlo. Whoever brought him in obviously wasn't counting on his on the field contributions. You can't bring in someone who's made a career spraying these beautiful long passes and dictating tempo in the midfield and then stick him at Yankee Stadium where if he kicks the ball more than 5 feet, it's out of the stadium. So that's why I picked him. MLS is a little faster paced and more physical than MLS, and having him as that anchor in front of your back line, it just never was going to work.
Man, I can't believe you didn't say the obvious choice. You won't go against your Chelsea Blues.
I won't. I can't. I
knew it.
Do it.
I was reading that list and I knew you weren't going to say it.
Couldn't do it.
Care.
Yep. I purposely tiptoed around it.
I think Jesus Medina is a good shout. I don't think he's worth a DP slot at all. Andrea Pirlo was one of my two. Josh Saunders was my honorable mention because best player for Red Bull history, we know.
Exactly.
And then comes Super Frankie.
I'll close my ears for this.
You know what would hurt Adam more to hear is that he played his entire 2014 year at Man City. He didn't even play for Chelsea.
And he scored the equalizer against us.
Yeah, he did.
It hurts me.
Yeah, I remember that too.
So I'm stuck between Pirlo and Frank.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people will say Pirlo. I knew Adam was going to say it. And that makes sense, right? The dude, by the time he was done, wouldn't even run. Like, he was not happy. But I have to say Frank, and here's why. He was signed and was being paid a salary by MLS and New York City in 2014. That entire season was spent playing 25 games for Man City. So he stole $6 million straight from MLS, didn't even step in the country. Then he joins in 2015, plays 10 games. He literally gets paid almost $500,000 every time he steps foot on the field. Then we talk about how he plays 19 games in 2016, and he has decent numbers, right? He scored, like 11 goals or something. But he gets paid $6 million a year. He gets paid $18 million to play 30 games for a club and then retire. Nah, not worth it. I don't care what your name is. I don't care what your history is. Not worth the money. Pirlo was awful, but at least he played.
Connor, if you say Frank Lampard, I'm going to make you take that hat off.
No, I didn't say Frank. I picked Pirlo strictly to not pick Frank.
Attaboy.
But I 100% understand why people would pick Frank.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think a lot of people, because of the 11 goals he scored in 2016, are going to say, nah, I'm not going to pick him because he scored a bunch of goals and led us to our first playoff appearance. But the dude played 30 games in 3 years.
Didn't he have NYC's first hat trick?
No, Villa definitely did.
Are you sure?
I'm almost certain.
I'm not.
I'll look it up.
I went with Pirlo because he actually had a lower who scored rating than Lampard, but I get the Lampard shout because he didn't play, like you said. Pirlo was also making $6 million a year just to kind of jog around the field and pretend to kick a ball. So, obviously I understand both ways, but I'm not going to pick Frank because, there's a reason I'm wearing the hat on my head.
Yeah, Andrew, I was right. Frank Lampard had the first one.
Really? I'm trying to look it up, and I can't find where it is on.
They played against Colorado, I think.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I was trying to look for who is this? Did NYC sign somebody when we weren't looking?
When today?
Nicholas Acevedo.
I've heard that name
He signed in March. Why has nobody heard of this?
because MLS doesn't announce anything.
I'm trying to look up, and I just see NYCFC latest transfer, Nicholas Acevedo.